Ezekiel, Yechezk'el, chapter 32. On the first day of the 12th month of the 12th year, the word of Adonai came to me. Human being, raise a lament for Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Say to him, you compared yourself to a lion among the nations. In fact, you are more like a crocodile in the lakes. You burst out of your streams, churn the water with your feet, and foul their streams. So here's what Adonai Elohim says. With many nations assembled, I will spread my net over you, and they will haul you up in my dragon net. Then I will throw you on the shore, hurl you into an open field, make all the birds in the air settle on you, and let the animals of the whole earth eat their fill of you. I will leave your flesh on the mountains, and fill the valleys with your rotting carcass. I will drench the land in which you swim with your blood as far as the mountains. The waterways will be full of you. When I extinguish you, I will cover the sky and make its stars black. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon will not give its light. All the shining lights in the sky I will darken above you. I will spread darkness over your land, says Adonai Elohim. I will anger many peoples when I bring your destroyed ones in among the nations, into countries you have not known. I will make many people aghast at you. Their kings will shudder in horror over you. When I brandish my sword before them, on the day of your downfall, they will tremble continuously, each man in fear of his life. For Adonai Elohim says this, the sword of the king of Babel will come against you. With the swords of the warriors I will cause your hordes to fall. They are all the most barbarous of the nations, and they will shatter the glory of Egypt. All its hordes will be destroyed. I will destroy all her cattle, beside her plentiful waters. No human foot will trouble them again, nor the hoof of any animal. Then I will make their water clear, and cause their streams to flow like oil, says Adonai Elohim. When I make the land of Egypt a ruined waste, a land stripped of all that filled it, when I strike all those who live there, they will know that I am Adonai. This is the lament that they will raise. The daughters of the nations will use it to mourn. They will chant it for Egypt and all its hordes, says Adonai Elohim. On the 15th day of the month, in the 12th year, the word of Adonai came to me. Human being, wail for the hordes of Egypt. Send them with the daughters of mighty nations down to the underworld, with those who descend to the pit. Are you more beautiful than the others? Go down, lie with the uncircumcised dead. They will fall among those killed by the sword. She is given to the sword. Pull her down with her hordes. From the depths of Sheol, the mightiest warriors will speak of him, with those who helped him. They went down, they lie still, the uncircumcised killed by the sword. Asher is there with her hordes. Their graves are all around them. All of them slain, killed by the sword. Their graves are in the deepest parts of the pit. Her hordes are all around her grave. All of them slain, killed by the sword. Those who terrorize the land of the living. Elam is there with her hordes around her grave. All of them slain, killed by the sword. Descended uncircumcised to the underworld. Those who terrorize the land of the living, they bear their shame together with those who descended to the pit. They have given her a bed among the slain with her hordes. Her graves are all around them. All of them uncircumcised, killed by the sword, because they terrorize the land of the living. They bear their shame with those who descended to the pit. They are put among those who were slain. Meshech and Tubal with her horde is there. Her graves are all around them. All of them uncircumcised, killed by the sword, because they terrorize the land of the living. They do not lie with the fallen warriors of the uncircumcised who descended to Sheol with their weapons of war, their swords laid under their heads, and their crimes upon their bones, because these warriors terrorize the land of the living. But you will lie broken among the uncircumcised, with those who were killed by the sword. There is Edom, her kings, and all her princes, who, despite all their power, are laid with those who were killed by the sword, with the uncircumcised, with those who descended to the pit. There are all the princes of the north, all of them, and the Sidoni who descended with the slain, ashamed of all the terror they caused by their power. They lie uncircumcised with those killed by the sword, bearing their shame with those who descended to the pit. All of these Pharaoh will see, and he will be consoled about his hordes. Pharaoh and all his army slain by the sword, says Adonai Elohim. For I have put my terror in the land of the living, and he will lie among the uncircumcised, with those killed by the sword, Pharaoh and all his hordes, says Adonai Elohim.